Boom. So, how we all doing? We had a few people in the building. I wanted to, yeah, that looks good. Let's see how this looks. I do a quick sound test. Let's have an old look see. And once the sound test comes through fine, then we are good to go. Just give me 2 secs there. I'll listen to this. Let's have an old look see. Yeah, sounds absolutely A-okay. So, yeah, I missed, well, obviously I didn't miss. I watched the first 2 rounds. By the time I gave it and set up, I said, right, let's start it going into round number 3. Elizarra, so he's not as jittery as I thought he would have been. I was expecting Elizarra to look a lot more gun shy than he has so far. That's it. It's not been fought at a frantic pace. Good body shot from Chef Clark goes in there. I keep forgetting Chef Clark when I watch him. Good right hand over the top, just grazes the chin of Elizarra there. Apparently, Chef Clark only had something like they were saying on commentary, only had 3 or so amateur fights. Now, I have to say, I haven't followed Chef Clark's career massively close. I've had a look at a few of his fights and I've been like, he just, nah. I keep forgetting that he's actually 33 years old, which for a guy 8-0 challenging for the British title and it's his first shot, it's pretty crazy to think that he's actually, nearly in his mid-30s now. So Chef Clark, you can have a lack of an amateur background. You certainly can. But, it benefits you. Let's say benefits you. It's okay to have hardly any amateur fights if you're in your mid-20s. You're in your early to mid-30s. He's looking good in here, though. Like, actually, this is quite competitive. So far, I was expecting Chef Clark. I really did think that knockout was so bad for Zara that I'd see a lot more jitters than we have seen. Now, Chef Clark isn't charged, definitely. But yeah, I thought he was like, I thought Chef Clark was in his mid. He doesn't look 33 now, to be fair. He doesn't look it. But when I went and just did a kind of preview of this fight on Boxrec, I was like, oh crap, yeah, he's in his mid-30s. You're just kind of like, one, he doesn't look it, which is obviously shows he's lived, quite a good, healthy-ish lifestyle. But then you're like, that's not good, really. I know a cruiserweight, which this is at, it's not as bad, to be in your mid-30s because you can kind of carry it on a little bit further, your career anyway. And if you were fighting for a British title at 33 and you were a lightweight, I'd be saying, yeah, good luck with that. But he doesn't look bad in there. It's cagey. Uppercut misses there from Elizarra. It's been cagey so far. I mean, I get the impression Chef Clark was kind of thinking along the same lines as myself, actually, that this was going to be a fairly routine, go in and get the job done. But Zara's being stubborn. Now, Elizarra is a fighter. I've seen him fight several times, even prior to the fight he had with Jay Apataya. I say a fight he had with Jay Apataya, him getting knocked out in the round by Apataya. And I have to say, with Zara, I was never really impressed by him. The first fight I can recall watching him, I think I might have watched one of his fights prior, but not paid too many minds. The first fight I remember watching full-length fight of Zara was when he fought Dex Spellman. Now, if you've ever seen Dex Spellman fight, he was a light heavyweight, mainly. And he was an English-level light heavyweight. He fought Anthony Yard and he fought Lyndon Arthur, amongst others. And he never impressed me. And this guy, no kidding, was actually, and bear in mind, he was at cruiserweight, was hurting Zara, was winning rounds, and made a case of him winning the fight. Didn't think he did win it, but he made a case of it. Zara went life and death with Dex Spellman at cruiserweight. So that's not a good look at all, as round 3 is already over, by the way, I should say. I'm watching this on DAZN, so it should be, when you do a watch-along and Sky are doing it as well, or TNT, they're normally going to be further ahead. It might be 20 seconds, but they're going to be further ahead. This should be just on point, for most anyway. And judging by what the chat is saying, it seems to me kind of 50-50 with what people are saying with regards. Some are saying that it's Josh Taylor who's going to win. Some are saying it's Jack Catterall. The atmosphere in that arena looks really good. Now, I have to say, it's in Leeds. It looks like a really good little atmosphere in there. I'm a little bit worried that we might get... Do you know what I'm afraid of? I'm looking forward to this main event, but I'm afraid we might get a Josh Taylor who doesn't turn up, but just decides, do you know what, I'm not going to turn up, but I'm not going to get stopped. And I don't think Jack Catterall really maybe has the power to stop. And we could get a bit of a dull, a dull 12 rounder where, you're talking more about this than we are anything else. So I hope that isn't the case. And I guess the good thing as well, and we're into round 4, 2 minutes, 20 seconds gone here in the fourth round. I guess the good thing about the fact that this is just a standard DAZN show, same way if it was a standard TNT show, there is none of this, nonsense. Like, do you remember last week? Oh my God. And like, we think we're getting, that was a good right hand that went in. You can see the sweat flying off Elazar that went in there. It was a short shot, only traveled a little bit, so it didn't really cause that much damage. But Zara seemed to take that well now. He's actually back boxing here. Back letting the jab go. He's using those ring star gloves as well, fly gloves on for Chev Clark. As many of you will know, fly gloves are a very, very popular brand, very good glove. Don't be doing that, Chev Clark. Don't let your guard down in punching range. You almost paid for it there. That's right there is a little mistake he made. So there's things he does that you just look at and say, how did you score the first fight? I had Jack Catterall winning the first fight. I don't think you could even make a case for Josh Taylor winning the fight. I know some people would say, no, maybe Josh Taylor. Look, Josh Taylor came back into the fight late on, but by then the damage was done. I mean, didn't he have 2 points deducted? One for a knockdown and one for... Yeah, he was never winning that fight. And, he was undisputed champion. It was in Scotland. I think it was in Edinburgh or Glasgow. One or the other might have been Glasgow. He was never going to win that fight. Yeah, he was down. He was down in round 8. Josh Taylor should be confident because I would imagine he knows that, look, I'm already beating this guy, albeit dubious. But the fact that I was rubbish that night and still got the win, I'm sure he's thinking, look, I'm not going to take him as lightly as I did first time around. I would imagine that's what Josh Taylor is thinking. As for this fight, this fight is actually heating up nicely. It is. It's not a terrible scrap so far. Both guys are actually at a similar level, which surprises me, to be fair. If anything, actually... left hook in there. Elazaro, I know he's the taller of the two. But in there, he looks the bigger guy. I know he's obviously taller, but just the girth of Elazaro, he looks way bigger than Chev Clark in there. Like, it's noticeable the difference in size. I'm wondering what Chev Clark was weighing in on fight night. Because Elazaro looks like a fully fledged cruiserweight in there. He looks big. Big. Zara looks big, but he doesn't... Or not Zara, sorry, Chev Clark looks big, but he doesn't look, an imposing cruiserweight. Do you know what sort of way? Not the biggest guy I've seen. And if you think about it, at domestic scene, the British cruiserweight division, it's not... Even to world level, like the cruiserweights in Britain, the cruiserweights in Britain are just... So we've got Zara Clark, the Jordan Thompson knocking around. Then you go up to world level, and, say world level, but you've got the likes of kind of Jack Massey, Chamberlain, European level. And bear in mind, right, Chamberlain could have fought Chev Clark. I would have made Chamberlain overwhelming favourite over Chev Clark. Overwhelming. And obviously Chris Billum-Smith, who I believe right now may very well be Britain's only champion. I think he may very well be the only world champion in Britain now that Tyson Fury lost last week. So Chris Billum-Smith flying the flag, and he has a fight now in a fortnight's time at Selhurst Park. I can't see him winning that fight, but it's a good card, to be fair. But we're into round 5, 2 minutes and 30 seconds gone here in the 5th round. Chev Clark's actually using that jab to good effect. He's been actually using it to throw it to Ellis. Nearly walked into a big uppercut there. I'm saying Cat and 7. Hello, G-Man. What time will we expect the ring walks for the main event? I would imagine 10:30 round about then, because obviously with these shows, a good right hand gets through the guard there by Elazar. For these shows, Kakache's from Ireland, mate. He's from Northern Ireland, and he fights under the Irish banner, so Kakache will be Irish. I think it is only Billum-Smith. Do you think Vidal Riley is world quality? No, I don't. I don't think there's many on the UK scene or cruiserweight that are really Yeah, I don't think they are. Yeah, Fury, Cordina, we're the only two, and obviously you add in, you have to add in what was the guy's name, Bill Smith, because he still has his title. He still has his title, and obviously, even if he loses it, he's losing it to Richard Riakporhe, who is from South London. So that's going to stay regardless. But yeah, do you remember a couple of years ago? When I go back to 2016, I mean, we see Lee Wood's not a champion anymore. He's vacated his title. And the talk is that Josh Warrington and Lee Wood are going to have the rematch. So I would have said Lee Wood, you're right, but he's no longer a champion. I think he's vacated his title or been stripped, one or the other. So yeah, if you go back 2016, you know, the UK had loads of champions back then. Yeah, they did. You know, you had Joshua, you know, you had Bellew. I'm just thinking of going down. You had the likes of George Groves, Kell Brook. You know, you had loads at one point. Kell Brook was a champion. You had the McDonald's. Jamie McDonald, I think, was a champion. Okolie at Bridgerweight. Honestly, like, that weight division is just, honestly, you know, it really, Bridgerweight division is just, it's a joke. So Alexander Usyk weighed in below the Bridgerweight limit, and he's undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. No one wants to fight for that title. Even G-Man, give me a shout out, Gentleman Jeff. Shout out to Gentleman Jeff every single time. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Yeah, shout out to Gentleman Jeff. Round 5 comes to an end. Yeah, both guys are letting the shots go in there now, I have to say. This fight's gone longer than I thought it would have. I was thinking this fight would have ended reasonably early. Yeah, Lawrence Okolie is undisputed. He legit is undisputed at Bridgerweight. Because there ain't nothing else there. I actually, do you know something? One of the reasons why I didn't review Lawrence Okolie's fight, I genuinely thought it was on tonight. When I seen people posting videos, I was like, what? Lawrence Okolie fought on a Friday? I genuinely thought it was tonight. He was fighting in Poland. So that's why I didn't do it. I did see it. Can't say I'm surprised. You know, Rosansky, I mean, man, Rosansky is what he is. You know, if Lawrence Okolie turned up, he won. And he did. And that was how I viewed it. You know, and at the end of the day, you're at Bridgerweight. There's not really anything there. You may as well just go, you may as well just move up and go to heavyweight and see. I don't think he's going to fare well at heavyweight, Okolie. I don't. Round 6 is underway. Yeah, both these guys, do you know something? I have to say now, I did think that Chef Clark would at least rock Elizara before now. I mean, I thought he'd win the fight before now, to be honest with you, but Elizara was really sticking in there quite well. He really is sticking in there quite well. I'm trying to read the chat and watch this fight at the same time. He really did stick in there well. He's let some big shots go, so there's no real gun shyness off him. But I don't know. It's warming up nicely. It's a tricky one. Oh, that was a slip. Nah, that was a slip on the canvas by Elizara there. Chef Clark, he's not. See, a couple of rounds ago, Chef Clark, what he was doing was he was looking to take a step in. He was using his jab. He was jabbing his way in. What he's doing now is he's just walking in. He's walking in some good body shots there, but he takes some in retaliation there. He takes a short little right hand from Elizara. So this is heating up nicely. You know, Chef Clark at this point in his career, I know he's only 8-0, but you have to remember he's in his early 30s. He really cannot afford any slip-ups at this point because although he's very early in his pro career, it's not like you can throw big shots landed by both guys up close there. It's not like you can turn around and say, all right, he lost. We can go back to the drawing board, give him a little bit of time, regroup. No, man, you know, he's getting older, man. Right, this guy's got not long left. He's got not much time in the game. So, yeah. Please don't tell me I've missed it. Yeah, you missed it, man. You missed it big time. You missed that one big time. That was last weekend. It's 3 live watch-alongs in 3 weeks because I'm doing this one. I wanted to do this one. And then next weekend, we obviously have the Matchroom Queensbury show, which is going to be good fun. We're going to do that. And then probably not though, may do React Poor Smith, Willem Smith. But I probably won't do that one. And appreciate that, Daz Pierce. Thank you for the content. Much appreciated. Thank you for the £3. Much appreciated. Like I always say, every little bit helps. £3 is flipping brilliant, man. Thank you so much for that. Who'd win a 12-rounder at the York Hall? G-Man or Big Joe Stunner? I definitely have the youth and speed on my side. Joe Stunner is the bigger of the two. And he's my mate, so I don't want to fight him. I'm sure you won't want to fight me either. But I've got the youth and the speed on my side. Who do you think wins Matchroom Queensbury? Yeah, it's a tricky one because both fights are pretty competitive. With the exception, maybe of, I want to read that chat again. That was an interesting one. With the exception of maybe Richards versus Willie Hutchinson. I'll read that one. Always enjoy your videos and watch along, G-Man. Been unwell recently in the hospitals. 14 hospitals stays in 18 months. Jesus, man. That is rough, man. You're always one of my go-to channels. Oh, man, I appreciate that to keep myself entertained, so thank you. Mate, I don't want to... Like, I'm glad I'm one of your go-to channels, but under better circumstances, I hope. I don't want to be... I hope you're all right and keeping well, man. 14 different stays in hospital in 18 months, man. Jesus. Well, I hope that that's all coming to an end and you can get back to yourself and everything is going to be all good, man. Everything's going to be all good for you, man. I love hearing that you love the channel, man. I appreciate that, but God almighty, I don't want to be... I hope everything works out good for you there, mate. 100%. 100%. That the health gets a bit better, or a lot better. And G-Man went from a Fury lover to a hater. Yeah, we all haters in here. Everyone's a hater. Oh yeah, we're all mad haters. Hey G-Man, watching from Lucan. There you go, man. You're not a million miles away. You're in Lucan. Yeah, Lucan's a nice place. I've been to a few now years ago. I went to a few shows that Lucan Boxing Club put on there a couple of years ago. Great channel, G-Man. Is Gary Cully an accident waiting to happen? Hope he does well, though. Yeah, listen, Gary Cully, and thank you for the £5, mate. I appreciate that. Listen, Gary Cully, where do I start? I always had a bit of a worry about Gary Cully when he fought. It was on one of those behind closed door shows. I forget who he fought now, but he dropped him in round 7 or something like that. And then he had that fight where he got knocked out. Well, stopped badly. And thank you as well to my friend Adam. Appreciate that. Thanks for doing another watch along, bro. Who you picking, Bam Estrada? Oh, Bam, definitely, mate. 110% it's Bam Rodriguez who wins that fight. I think Bam is phenomenal, man. And 205 in the building. If you haven't already, hit the old like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Currently 27 subs off 19k. 27 subs off 19k. I had 18,100 this time last week. Imagine that. And now we're what, 20 odd off 19k. Do you think Gary Cully is on the comeback after that loss? Yeah, definitely. He is, but he's looked so jittery. He's looked so jittery since that loss. You'll get 19k tonight. I hope so. Should get it hopefully in the next day or so. But 19k tonight, might be pushing it. Hello G-Man, I've been watching you for a while. I want to start a boxing MMA channel. Just wondering what is the best advice you give? Also, what device do you use to record, edit, etc.? Okay. So for me, and I got a lot of my advice off Ade. And a lot of the things that Ade used when he started, he still uses now. For example, we both use our iPhones to record this. Like, this is done from an iPhone. Because an iPhone or a Samsung, they have really good cameras. And you can get, and if you go to a press conference or anything like that, it's very seldom that you see the big channels. Most of them use phones because they're just so good. If you want to invest in a camera, go for it. But you're making extra work. And the only time the camera really kind of is needed is if it, something like what me and Ade do, if we do videos together, you need a camera for that. Because it's kind of two different angles, so you can go back and forth. But I use that. I have a couple of different mics. I have a Rode mic, it's RODE, which is not the best. A Rode mic, it's not the best. I'm not using that now. It's actually over there somewhere. Actually, I'll grab it for you really quick. It's this little one here. It's more for interviewing, so you just slap that in and it picks up. But it's more, yeah, it's more an interviewing mic than a talking mic. The one I'm using for this is a Boya mic. I got that off Amazon. I've actually got a few of them actually. It's that there, which is a really good mic. So I've got a spare, so that's the spare one if I ever need it. It's a really good mic. You get them for about 25, 30 pounds on Amazon. So you get that, you get a tripod. This tripod is really good. It's a 12-foot tripod. I don't have it set at 12 foot, but I can extend it. This was £100. And yeah, that's it really. I use iMovies for the editing and Canva for making the thumbnails. So all in all, you could get a little setup like this for what, £200 if even. Depends on how many mics you want. And yeah, the advice I would give, listen, if you're, oh, good uppercut there. Depends on what you're looking to do. If it's boxing news and reviews, a bit like what, you know, me, Hatman, Ade, and others do. If you're starting out, you gotta be just, you know, boom, 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 in with the news. Because I know it's gonna sound very cynical and harsh, but say you're a small channel and news breaks and you decide, I'll do that video tomorrow. No one's gonna watch it. I'm sorry, no one's gonna watch it. It's not gonna happen. You need to be doing it then and there. Yeah, you gotta be crunching the videos out daily. Yeah, and I guess for me, it just became just part of everything, just part of what I do. So like for me now, I don't even think about it. I'll kind of record most evenings. Some mornings, I'll get up early and chuck a video out in the morning. So like I could get up at like 7 a.m. I don't need to get up at 7 a.m., but I could if I wanted to before work, just to, you know, record a quick video, get a cup of coffee, record a quick video. If there's something that I didn't cover the night before, then I just do that. And, you know, for me, it's just part of my life now at this point. So whenever I go away to an event or something, I just bring, you know, I have the case here that I bring the equipment in, and it just, you know, in a hotel room, depending on how good the Wi-Fi is, I'll either do an audio because it takes less time to upload that, or, you know, just do it like this. So, you know, for me, it's just it's a lifestyle now at this point. And the channel is doing a lot of good things. You know, it's been this month has been the best month, obviously, in terms of views, in terms of subscribers, in terms of ad revenue, everything. This month has been, yeah, it's been a good month, man. It's been a good month. G-Man, well done on the subs. You put in the hard graph. Keep it going, mate. Anytime, mate. Please use a round timer, fella. That actually is something we should really be doing. 20 seconds left in round number 8. Honestly, lads, I'm surprised they got this far. And salute to everyone, but salute to Lee in particular. I hope you're okay, man. Who do I have? Jack Catterall. I meant to say that. Yeah, so I'm over there now in 2. Oh, down goes Elizara. That's it. He's not getting up from that. Or is he? No, he's not going to get up from that. Referee is at 7, 8, out. Oh, wow. Let's have a look-see at that. Well, I got the result I expected. Didn't think it would take this long, but that was a... Let's have a look at this knockout. That looked like a big-ass shot. Let's have an old look-see with this. It's like I said, Chef Clark can't afford to mess around. He didn't. Let's see how bad that was, because Zara was close to getting to the corner were already in the ring. he was never going to recover from that. But damn, let's have a look. See, that's 2 back-to-back knockout defeats for Elizara. And to be honest with you, he might have got well paid for that fight against Opetaya, but he needed way more development. Way more. Mercifully, it ends. I never want to see Zara again. Let's have a look-see. So, oh, yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah. Big right hand. Okay. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a combination and a half. That was a combination and a half. What laptop do you use for editing? Also, what specs, etc. I swap it back and forth. So I use Windows 11. I have a Dell laptop. I'm looking to swap to MacBook. I'm looking to swap over to MacBook. I see a lot of guys using MacBooks nowadays. Ada uses a MacBook actually, and they're very good. I'm more an Apple kind of guy. If it's something that can be done, so if it's to be honest with you, if I'm looking to add like snippets, you can do that on iMovie pretty easy as well. To be fair, you can add that on iMovie pretty damn easy as well. And obviously with this, I just use it for, just getting the news, because obviously if I'm reading it while I'm doing a video, I can't read it from this one. So yeah, that's kind of primarily it. What are we at on here? 64 likes with 245 in the building. What? Come on. You got to hit the like button. There you go. You got to hit the like button. And we are now, and if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. 18,974. So come on, 26 people off. If we could do it, if we could get 19K in this, I'd be surprised. We've got main event coming next, lads. We've got the main event coming next. I'm going with don't switch to MacBooks. You can't mod or repair them. Really? Repair? Really? That bad? See, I see loads of people doing the using the MacBooks now. Oh man, need to come with the big bottles. And as you can tell, just because I knocked another one down, I drink a lot of water. As you can tell. Forgot that was there. Just sub. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Jack Catterall to win on points. Yeah, I've got Jack Catterall winning this fight. I do. I think that it could be one of those bittersweet moments for Jack Catterall. Because me and Jamie talked about this, where Jack Catterall wins, he gets that win that he really should have had. But if you think about it like this, right? I know it's going to sound bad, but like, he's going to go back to the locker room and think, boom, I've beaten Josh Taylor. I've righted the wrong, but I'm sat here in the changing room with no world title. And I'm not going to be undisputed. For me, it's kind of like, yeah. Could you maybe have been doing something else? If you had picked up a world title, there you go. I mean, he would have came and he would have been coming to you for a title shot, not the other way around. So, yeah, but that's what I use for the channel. Again, man, it's a long ass grind, because my channel for the first year, it took me nearly a year to get 1,000 subscribers, which was good. I was happy with that. Then, it kind of was a slow-ish grind for the next little while, So we had to, 2020 was all right. We finished it with 3K. I think it was 3K anyway. Finished 21 with 6, and then we had to push to 10K. So now we're doing pretty good. We're pretty good. We're pretty good now. But yeah, it's a slow grind, and not everyone is going to get 1,000 subs in a year. It might take some a bit longer. So you just need to stick with it. You just need to stick with it. That's the advice I give, because you see so many people and they try it for a couple of months. They're expecting 10,000 views a vid. I don't even get that. I get close to it, but I don't get it on every vid. and that took years. And I need nearly 20k subs to get that. So you're not going to get it with 500 subs. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. So that's why you keep working on it. But yeah, main event coming up next, and unlike the Saudi shows, this should be a pretty quick boom, done, see you later, it's good. You know, there you go. It should be quick because, yeah, last week was just, when they brought that, whoever the hell that guy was, who started singing, I was like, really? Really? Why? Who, I still don't know who that guy was. He was just some miscellaneous character that Turkey Al Sheikh thought, okay, the fans really want to see this guy. I was like, who the F is this guy? My God. My guy was, I don't know. It was it was something else. It was it was an experience, we'll call it that. 24 subs off 19k. So if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. Gee, man, can't wait for this, man. I can't wait for it either, man. It's going to be good. Do you know, it's one of these main events where I don't think I went to Stormzy in Battleron outfit red, Tony Manifesto for 20 minutes to warm up for the headline. Stormzy, man, never been a big fan of his. But yeah, this will be a quick boom, we're in. It's going to be like that. And it's going to be a good fight. The atmosphere in that arena looks really good. Genuinely, the atmosphere in that arena looks really damn good. Leeds, normally they do have a good atmosphere. I've never been to Leeds, but it looks to me like it's going to be a really cool atmosphere in it. British cruiserweight rankings, they still have a Coley ranked at cruiserweight on the zone here. Bill Smith 1, Reactport 2, Coley 3, Chamberlain 4, Massey 5. And obviously, Massey and Chamberlain are fighting. Don't know why Coley is still there. And then, yeah, Reactport, excuse me, Reactport and Bill Smith, number 1 and number 2. That's fair due. That fight, I'm looking forward to that card. I'm still looking forward to that card. That card with Sky. I think that's what Ben Shalom has kind of realised. I think that's what kind of Ben Shalom has kind of realised now, that we need to do good cards. Because prior to that, they have been crap. I mean, Lawrence Coley is fighting on a Friday night in Poland. And I genuinely thought it was tonight. That's why I was surprised when I saw the results. I was like, what? I wasn't surprised he got a first round knockout, but I was kind of like, what? That was mental. That was mental. Josh Warrington there. Josh Warrington obviously is on the punditry team with the Zone. And we're still no sooner to figuring out what Healy Wood is going to do next. Honestly, Josh Warrington, that at 130, he isn't going to do anything. I think literally it is just Josh Warrington, Lee Wood. That's it. And that's it for both guys. Fisher versus Savage. Yeah, Johnny Fisher versus Savage. I think that's going to be a fun show. It's up in the Copper Box in Hackney. Well, it's really Stratford, but they'll call it Hackney. So that's easy if you're from Romford. If you're from Romford, it is easy to get there. So it's going to be packed. And yeah, it'll be a fun scrap. That's going to be a really, really, really fun little scrap. I think, look, Savage Babbage is going nowhere. I'm not rated Johnny Fisher at all. And I've said this before, Johnny Fisher's dad, he is doing what John Fury wishes he could do. I mean, John Fisher, right? Big John Fisher, he is what John Fury wishes he could be. He is basically, even though the son is the fighter, he's the center of attention. That's what John Fury wants. John Fury is begging for that. That's what John Fury wants. And he knows what he needs to do. He needs to eat Chinese and try and eat himself to death, which is exactly what John Fisher... You know, I go to work and I'm hearing people, they don't even know. And they're just like, you know, you ever see this guy, Big John Fisher, he eats the Chinese and says bosh. And like, you know, his son, the boxer. Oh, but his son's a boxer. What? Yeah, what? Oh, man. he is living John Fury's dream. What happened in the Donovan fight? Can't get it in Canada. He stopped Lewis Ritson in 9 rounds. Lewis Ritson, to be fair, gave a reasonable account of himself early on, but he faded pretty damn quick. Yeah, I don't rate Johnny Fisher either. I think that there's a lot of work Mark Tibbs has to do on him. And I mean a lot of work Mark Tibbs has to do with him. Yeah. Commentary team on the zone: Mike Costello, Barry Jones, Darren Barker, and Andy Lee. You know, Barry Jones, brilliant addition. Andy Lee has his moments. Barker is getting better. He's getting better, but Costello, I mean, man. Oh boy. Andy Lee looks like he's literally dressed to go out in Spain on a night out in Spain with the short sleeve shirt on. Barker looks like he's fresh out of it, like going to do the sunbeds. Barry Jones, on the other hand, as always, I like Barry Jones. He's a good pundit, he's a good commentator, and he normally is straight to the point. No BS. Just what you see is what you get. But yeah, main event time is coming next. Boom, I'll read that out real quick. Thank you for the £5. I appreciate that. What is the best fight you've ever seen? Don't think you'll ever top Hagler Hearns, aka the war toe-to-toe brutality. If you're talking about the best fight I've ever seen, as in, then and there, in the moment, as in not being there, but just watching it on TV, it might very well be Joshua versus Klitschko. Because that had me just, jumping off the walls. If you're talking about all time, Gary Ward won. There's a lot. And obviously I've seen that fight several times, Hagler Hearns, and yeah, it was flipping incredible. But yeah, probably, I would probably say Joshua Klitschko. That was just amazing to watch. Me and my friend watched that fight, we were both like, what is going on here? It was unreal. It was incredible. It was amazing. I've often wondered if John Fury was on about marching duties himself. Not stating that was a fact to cover myself legally. Conlon versus Wood, that was a cracking fight. Zepeda Baranchek, yeah. That was behind closed doors as well. You do wish that had fans. Ben McClellan, yeah. Larry Holmes, Ken Norton, great fights. All great fights. Yeah, the 70s, the 90s, every era has good fights. No matter what. And Ben McClellan was something else. They had that on ITV. Has anyone seen? I've never met Big John. Never even been in his presence. Did you see Chisora giving it to the ref last weekend? No. Can't believe he's fighting Joe Joyce, man. Cannot believe he is fighting Joe Joyce. Yeah, Foreman Lyle, proper. That was a slugfest. I mean, that was both guys. No real technique, just boom. Yeah, oh yeah, Cody for... Listen, man, in reality, right? In reality, every fight Lawrence Okolie has had, that's memorable, isn't it? Do you remember? Anyway, yeah, in terms of good fights, the ITV boxing team, I don't fully remember that. I think they're getting ready for the main event. Take notes when you're doing shows in Saudi Arabia. This is how it should be. Co-main finishes, little bit of a preview, straight into it. God damn, last week was just, it was tiring. We're all tired. Keep up the good work. Much love from Cali. Thank you, not me. Appreciate the $2 from California. Yeah, Lawrence Okolie versus David Light. That was a terrible fight. Honestly, that was just... Okolie, honestly, and a heavyweight, that's why when you look at Okolie, a heavyweight, he's going to struggle. Because if he's in there with someone who is big, strong, trying to put it on him, he is never in a million years. It's not that he won't be let away with a holding by the referee. He won't have the strength to bully those guys at heavyweight like the way he does with the cruiserweights. Love the Channel G, man. Keep up the great work. Which current heavyweight stands the best chance of beating Usyk? Well, what I would say is Alexander Usyk is slowing down as a fighter, so it could genuinely be a case that he picks the right guy, gets him at the right time, who might not necessarily beat him in his prime. If you were talking about peak Alexander Usyk, yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you, really. I think I'd pick most guys over him. I really would. And shout out to Niall O'Connor. How are you, my friend? How are you, man? Good to see you going from strength to strength, man. Man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I know you've got a lot going on in your life too, so congratulations on everything as well, man. Congrats on all that stuff, man. But yeah, man, strength to strength, strength to strength. Just want to get that 20k in. That 20k is going to be nice, man. Because we are 22 subs off 19k. So again, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. 300 of you guys in the building. It's got to be at least one or two of you that hasn't already subscribed. So, you know, please do hit that old subscribe button. Help your boy out. Be nice to get to 19k in just over a week. Legend, bro. Man, every single time, man. Have no worries, man. But yeah, things been going good on here, man. And yeah, it's just about getting everything packed up in the next couple of weeks and getting over to the UK. I'm over viewing flats now this day 2 weeks. And then probably by the end of June, start of July, I'll probably have the keys by then. But I probably won't move in. I'll probably just kind of slowly bring it in and, you know, yourself, just bring it over that way. But yeah, it's been weird, man. It's been all change over here. Even from Nottingham, big up to Nottingham. I've been, but the fans over there seem pretty good. They seem pretty good. In fact, when you look at the Midlands of the UK, like you've got Birmingham, Leeds, Nottingham, places like that, they all seem to really love. They all bring that kind of football atmosphere to the boxing, which is really, really nice. My wife just said you look like Ollie Morse. Okay, I've been called worse, but yeah, all right. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? I'm gonna consider that a good thing. Deadly, I had no idea you were going over there. Have you got work lined up? Yeah, I do, mate. My job that I have over here, they're letting me bring everything over. So literally, it's just gonna be boom. It's literally just gonna be boom. Bring the job over. I have to make sure I have the Wi-Fi installed because it's gonna be remote working for the most part anyway. And then I have to come home. It's kind of a part of the deal. I have to come home once every probably 6 to 8 weeks to do a couple of days in Dublin. So it's not that bad. It just means that like we'll arrange it and I'm probably gonna have to train a new member of staff in probably in the next 2 to 3 months. So if that does happen, they kind of told me, all right, you have to be here. So I was like, all right, fine. You know, that sort of way. So you're gonna have to be coming over. I don't really care. Like I'll be primarily, if you're talking 2 months, which is 8 weeks, 7 of those weeks I'll be in the UK. Maybe one of them I'll be back home. And you know, it's only London to Dublin, mate. It's nothing. Thank you for the 10 quid. This is a hot take, but I think Peak White Peak White. That's actually the first thing that came to my mind too. Was Dylan White. I know that some people are going to look and say, "What the hell?" He would have just came forward and tried to ragdoll him. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Wouldn't have picked him to win, but I think he would have made it real uncomfy for him. But yeah, he was the first thing that came to my mind. But Dylan White now, I mean, he's fighting in Castlebar in a hotel. Yeah. Against Christian Hammer of all people, who, I mean, both guys looked absolutely awful in that fight. They really did. Dylan White fighting in Castlebar. I never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. I wouldn't mind, but that's what March. We've heard nothing since then. We've heard literally nothing since then. So yeah, if it was Dylan White now against Usyk, I mean, Yeah, that's just the case. That same shot that Fury nearly got KO'd by, that probably would probably stop and drop him. All right, here we go. Main event time. Tail of the tape. 3-year age advantage for Catterall. 3-inch height advantage for Josh Taylor. Less than an inch the difference in reach. But Josh Taylor does appear to have the longer arms. Win probability 47% each. More people have Catterall by KO, which is interesting because he's never really been that kind of a puncher. But Catterall is the slight favourite. Both have the same amount of knockouts, but Catterall has 9 more fights. 63 people, or 63% believe it. I like the way the zone do this, I have to say. I like that. Believe it'll go the distance. So that's interesting. Doesn't have to promote anymore. No, Bob Arum is there, man. Bob Arum is there for Josh Taylor. He's literally, I seen him in the front row. So he is still with Top Rank. Okolie looking to become undisputed at Bridgerweight. I'm pretty sure he already is, man. Frozen Jack cider. I do not like cider at all, man. Ugh. Cider is not, that's a drink I don't go near. It's like, not a cider drinker. Always been a beer drinker. Boom. 15 subs off 19k. So again, if you guys are enjoying the commentary, because we're going to commentate on this main event. The previous one was kind of a bit of a kind of, but chat about it, look and this and that. But this is the proper, main event. It is 10:30. This is the time they said Fury Usyk will be starting at. And it was an hour later. Just saying. But that looks like a real good atmosphere in there. Looks absolutely epic in there. The zone already have Catterall 3 rounds up. I would imagine it will be probably fair, the scoring on this one. You'd imagine anyway. I'd imagine it's going to be reasonably fair. That'd be the thing. I mean, you would say it's sort of poetic justice if Jack Catterall did get a dubious decision, because you'd be like, well, hang on a minute. Ain't no way Josh Taylor ever did that. Have I ever bought did you ever buy the Boxing News magazine? Not yet. I don't really do that. I don't buy magazines. We have them all over the place. I normally just get it from over here. Will I get a red chair like at it or a green chair? I thought you said, have I ever sat in it? Yes, I have sat in it. It's nice. It's a nice chair. It's a good chair. It's nice. It's nice. Comfy. I probably will. Because I want to set it up like a little kind of, chair. I was thinking of just getting like a game chair or something. Because you see podcasters and everything. Now, whether they're gamers or not, I don't know. But you see some of them and they have like a well-lit room. God help anyone if they're epileptic going into some of those podcasters' room. They're going to be screwed. But they're in a well-lit room with a gaming chair. And it looks like a nice setup, a few things in the background. So that's what we're probably thinking of doing, at least with the game chair anyway. Don't get a gaming chair, they're shocking. They look comfy. You see podcasts and they're like right down, they look slanted and they look comfy. But let's see. Not a game chair, get something with a bit more style. Will break your back to bits. Okay. Alright, well that's point taken. We'll have a look once we get there. And just see kind of I'll have to get someone to fit it, because I won't be fitting. I ain't no good at I can't do any DIY for crap. So whatever the extra office chair, you want something with a bit more, something a little bit more than that. Die hard boxing fans like G-Man, missed that bit there. Get a proper chair. Herman Millers are the best. Okay, just bring the sofa. Hey, bringing that sofa. Bring the sofa. Though there'll be a sofa in the flat. It's just a case of just moving it around, because I won't be using it too much. Even if it has a TV in the flat, I'd be like, well, I'll probably just watch the fights on the laptop. Definitely won't be doing that. Definitely won't be doing that. Getting a boxing type chair. Hell no. Hell to the no. So, looks like we're getting the arrival. Josh Taylor's last fight. Yeah, I mean, Josh Taylor, the fact of the matter is, he has been so unwilling. I mean, he's been weight trained at 140 for what, 3 years now? And he's not moved up to 147. Why is he not moved to 147? I think primarily is because he knows damn well going to 147, likelihood is he won't have near as much success as probably people think he should. And he's thinking, I can still do the work at 140. Jack Catterall entering the ring first, rematch with Josh Taylor. If he loses this, honestly, I would say if he loses, and yeah, obviously I'm very happy that United won today. I'm flipping delighted. I didn't think they would, but they did. FA Cup champions. How do you like that? I hope they don't sack Eric Ten Hag, because who the hell are you going to get to replace him? It's not like when they sacked Louis van Gaal and you had Mourinho. You know, who the hell is going to replace him? So please keep him. I ended up going to London last Wednesday. Met Frotch and Groves. Was a great experience. Yeah, London's a good city, man. It's a good city. Hope you enjoyed it over there, man. You can see why I like it over there. Proper made a good point about Josh Trash Talk. It's been hilarious. Proper always makes good points, man. Shout out to Proper Boxing every single time, man. Every single time. John Fury on tour, headbutting everyone. Honestly, man. He'll think twice before he does that again. He won't think twice. It's John Fury. But it's just, you know, when they said that story was a crass hook of the eggs, the 2 eggs and the egg breaking for Team Fury first. I mean, that was it, wasn't it? That was it. Also met Adam Smith, David Hay, and Nathan Heaney. Haven't met Adam Smith. I've been in the same building as Nathan Heaney. Never spoke to him, and likewise David Hay. There's a few boxers I've met and chatted with, but yeah, I don't really see. If I'm meeting any of them, I just want to interview them. I'm not really there to make friends, so it's just kind of hi bye. There you go. Thanks for the interview. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see. Bob Arum gave an interview with Talksport, and he said it more clearly that it ain't going to happen anytime soon. As in, it's not going to happen in October, so late this year, early next year, which is about right. Whether he does actually go through with that fight, yeah, let's wait and see. Usyk seems keen on it because he wants to stay IBF champion. So yeah, let's have a wait and see. Let's have a wait and see what happens. I suspect that it will be the last fight for both of them. Maybe not for Fury because the Joshua fight might still be there, but for Alexander Usyk, I reckon that's him done, out of boxing after that. Because what does he need to do? It looks a killer atmosphere in there. Looked absolutely great atmosphere in there. I really like that. I like it when they see, as much as I like the fights being in London, because for me they're easy to get to. When you see places like that, when you see Birmingham, even Telford, you're looking at it, you're like, that's serious atmosphere. And look at that arena. Now I know the TV can kind of flatter to deceive a little bit, but look how close everyone in that arena. It doesn't look like there's a bad seat in the house there. It literally looks like everyone in that arena is happy where they're sitting. Man, I'll be in London by July. I'm literally, this day 2 weeks, I'll be over there getting finalising the flat. So we're done, man. We're in the business end. I was texting one of my friends over there actually, and I was saying to her, I was like, it is proper scary as hell now, because it's like, whoa, it's all done now, pretty much, primarily all done. So it's just like, yeah, that's how it is. But Josh Taylor on the way to the ring, man, and there'll be no anthems, thank God. This time around, no title on the line. So yeah, man, this is gonna be a good fight. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor does not look nervous to me. He does look bad at the weight. So there's someone looking in through my window. It's probably just a reflection. As you can probably tell, it's just a reflection, mate. It ain't anything. There ain't no one outside. Turn it up, lad. Probably not. I'll probably only turn it up when they put the announcements on. So we do the talking over this. We do the commentary. If it goes to a decision, we read out the decision. No footage. What area in London are you looking to move to? I have viewings in several different parts of the city. So I've some in southwest London. I've some in Stratford, which is kind of more, more kind of Forest Gate than Stratford, really. And then I have some in central London. So it's a bit all over the place, a bit everywhere. And I've got one in southeast, which should be nice as well. But kind of preference would be southwest. Did I play football? Not Peckham, no. No, not Peckham, no. It's near, it's near flipping. It's not Peckham though. Yeah, Renton, London is insane. I've flipping figured that out, man. I figured that out. It's it's not easy. Lived in Islington before I met her. Yeah, Islington is nice actually. It depends what part. But yeah, London is not. It's not. It certainly ain't cheap, man. It certainly ain't cheap. Oh man. But to be honest with you, mate, I don't care. Honestly, I don't. I like. I'm a Southerner. I like the South. To be honest with you, I don't really kind of care for the first year. The rent's not really going to. Well, it's not really going to be something that I'm worried about. It's just getting set up. It's just primarily getting set up. It's just primarily getting set up, and then we see where we go. And as one of the lads in the chat said, see in 2 years where you might end up, what might happen. So for me, that's kind of how it is. You know, I mean, I see some of the flats there, and I'm like, and I see some of the pricier ones, and I'm like, maybe in a year, because some of the pricier ones are like when you look at them, you're like, oh my god, that's a nice flat. That's a flipping seriously nice flat. So Josh Taylor in the ring. Man, this is gonna be a fun fight. I'll never forget. I actually did. I think it was one of the first watch-alongs. Well, not one of the first, but one of the earlier watch-alongs I did Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall 1. I think at the time I was only just kind of getting into the kind of watch-along scene and stuff like that. So I remember doing that. So it's kind of weird that it's all come full circle. We're doing the second one again all this time later. Because that first one was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago we did that first watch-along. And again, as I said, I'll never forget it. It was mental when they did that scorecard. It was mental. But what I will do is I'll play the introductions, and obviously if it goes to a decision, as I always say, we need to know who wins. Okay, so they're introducing them. Mark Bates, Lee Every, and Kieran McGann. Or McCann. Nick has Taylor or Catterall split decision. A lot of people are going for Catterall. A lot are. If Josh Taylor has one more good performance in him, it needs to be this fight. It absolutely has to be this fight, because if it's not, listen, I don't think Josh Taylor has that much left in the tank. I think that Josh Taylor, he's not been like Tyson Fury where he's come, 400 pounds or 100 pounds overweight, but he's never lived the cleanest life. You can see that, So I think it's all caught up to him now at 33 years old. He seems to be the sort of guy where he just wants to enjoy himself, be with his missus, drink beer. I can't really blame him. I mean, he's made enough money that he can do that, but you can't do that and still try and be a top level fighter. Oh yeah, I'll let you know as soon as that bell rings. I will be saying, right, here we are, because this is one where we try and commentate on. And when we do that, we want to make sure. Surrey or Essex or so. Yeah, Essex is close, man. You get the Elizabeth line over, you can get it to Romford and places like that, which is real near. Yeah, the atmosphere looks amazing. As soon as I turned this on earlier in the day, I was like, oh, that looks like a really, really cool spot to have a fight in. Looks absolutely insane. Yeah, the Elizabeth line goes to Reading. It's crazy, really, because I know when I see them, the Elizabeth line is the best. That's the best tube. It's the nicest as well. When I was there, I was like, holy crap, this thing goes to Reading and Heathrow. That's the best. Out of all the lines in London, the Elizabeth line is the best, bar none. Bar none. It's the cleanest. It's the most modern. It's the best. The size game, big up to the size game. I'll take you for a drink when you come London. No Diddy, man, that guy Diddy, holy crap, man, he is, yeah, he's a piece of work, all right. Diddy did do it. Did Diddy do it? Diddy did do it. That's the South Park reference there, by the way. Central line is a bit hit and a miss. At least I find it a bit of a hit and a miss. But I take probably the Central line the most if I'm staying in Stratford, but it is a hit and a miss. Okay, both guys, we get their instructions. Let's have a little listen. Mm-hmm. All right, lads, this is going to be good. This is going to be better than the first fight, I believe. I believe. And referee, here we go. Round number 1. Here we go. Or should I say round number 13. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall. Now, Josh Taylor was quite slow out of the traps. He really, big left hand already from Jack Catterall and a big jab already. Jack Catterall settling in nice and easy. Josh Taylor working the jab as well. Normally when you're dealing with this, when you're dealing with two southpaws, it can make for a fight that's maybe not the most entertaining. Now, Josh Taylor in the first fight, and that was a more fresh Josh Taylor, it took him a long time to really get used to what Jack Catterall was doing. And if you watch that fight back, early on in that fight, Jack Catterall was having success with the big left hand. You could see it straight away in that first round. He's landed the left hand already, but Josh Taylor is looking a little bit more, how would I say it, fired up than he was last time around. Not that he wasn't, but he really just had to work his way into that fight. He really had to figure Jack Catterall out late. But he's already got Jack Catterall backed up against the ropes. Not landing anything, just probing with the jab. Just look, it's a battle at the jab really there. Not even a jab, just a battle at the lead hand. Body shot goes in from Josh Taylor. Jack Catterall's defense is actually quite good. He can at times be a bit too defensive and not really step on the gas. Ooh, and makes a mistake there. Just Jack Catterall with a big left hand lands as well. Definitely the more aggressive out of the two. And more aggressive than we're used to actually seeing Jack Catterall. Normally, he's not letting the big shots go this early on or with this much spite. He really wants to stamp his authority on this fight. He knows last time around, this is with a left hand. He knows last time around that Josh Taylor was able to get that win. Largely because I think he figured Jack Catterall out, but Jack Catterall never really went through the gears like he probably should have, even after he dropped Josh Taylor. Oh, but a big shot there from Josh Taylor just makes Jack Catterall think, resets. So far in this first round, Jack Catterall's the busier of the two. Appears to me that he's landed more of the two with 50 seconds to go in the first round. But nice little jab there from Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor at mid to close range. That's his whole game. Jack Catterall looking to keep this at long range. Looking to keep this fight at long range, not let Josh Taylor get anywhere near him at mid-range. Josh Taylor looking to land a body shot, does land a body shot. 30 seconds to go here in the first round. Lead right hook misses from Josh Taylor. Oh, big left hand misses from Jack Catterall. He put so much weight on that punch. If it had landed, it could have been interesting to see what Josh Taylor would have done. Nice jab from Jack Catterall, slapping the head back at Josh Taylor. Combination blocked by Jack Catterall, or Josh Taylor. So good start by Catterall in this first round, picking up where he left off in the first fight. That is a Catterall round if I ever seen it, as the round comes to an end. Interesting. Interesting. You might not be breaking copyright, turn it up. I only turn it up for a few little pieces when I need to. The rest of the time, we're talking about the fight. And that's what we do. To 375 of you in the building. If you haven't already, I'm just going to say it again, hit the old like button. And if you could, I greatly appreciate it if you hit subscribe. We're 13 subs off. We're only 13 off 19k. And big up to Nick for the super chat. Support the channel. Let's go. Exactly. Thank you for the £5. Support the channel. Seems a bit weird, no background noise. The best way to score a fight, I find, is to do it like that. To actually just watch it without any interference, because you really get a gauge of what they're doing. Because I'm telling you now, if you watch that with commentary, you could have a round where one guy is doing something, but the commentators are focusing on the other guy, and it gives, you're kind of looking at that round, you're like, oh, it was close, when it really wasn't. Like, that was a Jack Catterall round. Simple as that. Josh Taylor coming out here in round number 2. We're 10 seconds into round number 2. Straight away, he's more aggressive. Straight away, he's actually on the front foot, looking to land. Jack Catterall using his jab, letting the shots go again. Josh Taylor able to move his head, get out of the way of those shots. But this is a very aggressive start by both guys. Josh Taylor, I'm not going to say he looks bad. He doesn't. But he doesn't. It's almost like he's in there with a puzzle again with Jack Catterall, and he's forgotten, oh yeah, I was working this puzzle out by the end. He's not working it out this time. Again, he's not. I thought he would pick up from where he left off in the last fight. He hasn't. Jack Catterall has, and he's looking very sharp. Jack Catterall, if he needed any more motivation, apparently this fight has been called off or in negotiation several times over the last 2 years, which has stalled Jack Catterall's career as well. You have to remember. So Jack Catterall has it all to play for in this fight. The only problem is there's no title on the line. So a win over Josh Taylor, as good as it may be, there's no title to pick up. But Jack Catterall, again, looking very sharp. Josh Taylor the head movement is not bad from Taylor, but there is still shots getting in there. There's definitely still shots getting in there, and they're shots that normally I would have thought he would have seen coming. Where is Josh Taylor, when you see him at his peak, he wouldn't just, although good body shot there, he would actually move the head coming in. He's not doing that. He's taking a step in, but he's not moving the head, and actually is leading him to get caught. And oh, clash of heads. Referee calls time. Oh no. Tell me there's no cut. Because obviously, if it's a clash of heads, we all right? We all right? Okay, thank God. I was going to say, if there's a clash of heads and a bad cut, then we know what happens. It doesn't, nothing happens. It's a no contest. So thank God, clash of heads, but no cuts from either guy. Thank God. More aggressive round this for Josh Taylor, and it's a little bit harder to score. That's incessant. That's too much movement from Catterall there. You're just going to waste energy there, because actually Taylor. Oh, big shots there go in from Jack Catterall though. I like that. I like that from Jack Catterall. It was very good. I was thinking when Josh Taylor was launching his attack there, the movement, it was too much movement, because even there was times where Josh Taylor wasn't even throwing, but Catterall is still just moving. And Josh Taylor still just looking to get in. He's going to have to try. He's going to have to work harder to get past that jab. He needs to move his head, or he needs to jab his own way in. Misses there with the left hand. That was actually good head movement there from Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor looking to take a little half step in. Jack Catterall lands a nice body shot. Josh Taylor gets him in the corner, but nothing comes from it. And some more good work. A little bit of reddening on the right side of the face of Jack Catterall, but nothing major. There's nothing major that's landed. Little uppercut from Josh Taylor ends the round, but he walks into a combination again from Catterall, who again, it's got to be 2 rounds in the bank. Easily 2 rounds in the bank for Jack Catterall. I don't really like what I'm seeing from Josh Taylor, personally. Like, he doesn't look terrible, but he doesn't look great at the same time. Doesn't look terrible, but not great. How is Josh Taylor's footwork? It's not terrible. But this isn't the Josh Taylor that I remember from a few years ago. Oh, that was both guys are very lucky that they didn't get cut with that. That was a bad clash of heads. But look at that work from Jack Catterall. Really aggressive, landing some good shots. There's not much power behind them, but they're scoring shots. They're scoring shots and they're landing on Josh Taylor. And he is not landing many shots on Jack Catterall. So it's some really good work in there by Josh Taylor. Or sorry, by Jack Catterall. Really liking it. Lads, we're 10 subs off 19k. So the 420 you use, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. I would appreciate that. Hit the like button as well. Oh, is that another clash of heads? Both guys, look, I think that both guys, it's not intentional. It's not intentional. No way. It's not intentional. Both guys are just coming in. They're both, look at that. Like, there's a prime example of it. Both guys took a step in and they just bore in with their heads. Nothing happened. But that's why you get those clash of heads. They're not intentional. The only problem is that if the fight is stopped, if they do have a clash of heads and it is stopped by a cut and 4 rounds have not been completed, yeah, it's a no contest. And I agree with what David is saying there. The old Taylor has gone. The old Josh Taylor was something else at 140 pounds. Undisputed 140 pound champion. He looks slower. He doesn't look bad. I don't want to misconstrue. Like, he does not look a terrible, like a shot to pieces Josh Taylor. There is still a little bit of something in there, but he definitely doesn't have that spring in his step that he used to have. And look at the shot selection there. He's forcing all those shots, though he lands a good shot on Jack Catterall there. Did he stun Jack Catterall a little bit? Oh, both guys swinging for the fences here. Here we go. Now it's heating up. Josh Taylor gets the hooks off. The hooks are Josh Taylor. They've always been, throughout the course of his career, the best shots he's thrown. He's always had great short hooks. Brilliant short, powerful left hooks, left and right hooks. Dropped O'Hara Davis famously with a right hook. Also dropped him with a right jab in their fight. But Josh Taylor again, complaining about a clash of heads. Little graze under the right eye of Jack Catterall. But this is heating up nicely. I like the way, just for the most entertaining I've seen Jack Catterall in a long time. Really letting the big shots go whenever Josh Taylor was coming in. But this is a better round from Josh Taylor. A lot more aggression out of him. And he's not getting hit as much in this round as he was in the previous two. Jack Catterall misses with a combination there. There's a lot of reddening underneath the right eye of Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor needs to target that. Because that could, Josh Taylor takes a nice big jab there. But still backs Jack Catterall up to the ropes, looking to get the work in. Body shots from Josh Taylor go in. Jack Catterall complaining, that's a little bit, that's a little bit naughty from Josh Taylor. He needs to go up and weight. He's needed to go up and weight 3 years ago. He hasn't done it yet. Mr. Bear, thank you for the £10. I appreciate that very, very much so. I'm trying to commentate and bring the chat up, so apologies there, mate, if I'm not acknowledging it too much, but I appreciate the 10 quid. It's greatly appreciated. It really, truly is. But round 3, 25 seconds left to go here in the round. And it's a better round by Josh Taylor, in my opinion. But I will probably just edge him in this one. But Josh Taylor, again, the longer this fight goes, the harder it's going to be for him. Although, good jab from Josh Taylor. You can see it landing, snapping the head of Catterall back, misses with a big right hook. Look to land it on Jack Catterall's body. The longer it goes, the more it does favour Catterall. Catterall looking tired. Jack Catterall is someone who normally doesn't exert this much energy in a fight, certainly early on. So it will be interesting. It will be interesting to see how he handles that. And he is fighting with a lot more passion than he was in the past. You know, he doesn't like Josh Taylor. It's obvious. So he's really throwing everything at him. Certainly by his standards. Because as I've always said, Jack Catterall's been, he'll warm into a fight, you know, not lasting 12 rounds. It might very well not, man. It might very well not. If anyone's getting stopped, it's Josh Taylor, I believe. 7 subs off 19k, lads. So as I said, if you haven't already, please do hit subscribe. Josh Taylor's pressure is very good, but it's not like the pressure that Josh Taylor of, that's a bad little swelling he's got right there. Little lump there on the top of the forehead. Bad little swelling. Now, if the heads clash again, that could get worse. It's not that bad now, but he'll have a lump there for a while. Josh Taylor throwing slightly more punches, but only a small actual percentage rate in terms of punches landed, which is interesting. But a better round for Josh Taylor. A better round for... I just read that comment that I got about clicking on a stream. And it does have, that's why I try not to use them too much, those streams, because you get crap like that coming up. That's why it's just like, I'll stick with the zone, and if I need to, I will, but I try not to. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in round number 4. Jack Catterall looks to have slowed down a little bit in this round. He's definitely not come out swinging the way he was the previous few. I wonder if he felt the weight of some of those shots from Josh Taylor, and is the pressure, because Josh Taylor is putting the pressure on a lot more early on in this fight than he was in the first fight. It's already better than the first fight, this one, I believe. It's really interesting. It's a really good watch. Jack Catterall falling short, very short with the jabs. That's very interesting. And to be honest with you, look at Jack Catterall, look at the feet. His footwork, which is normally quite good, is looking a bit sloppy there. I'm wondering, is he feeling a little bit fatigued already in here? The pressure, Josh, because he is making Jack Catterall work. And I felt early on Jack Catterall was moving a little bit, takes a jab there from Josh Taylor, a little bit unnecessarily in some regards. Because there was times Josh Taylor was just moving forward, and the movement, it was a bit, I was like, mate, he's not throwing punches. Relax, just little move, boom to the side. And he's missing with these jabs now. So Josh Taylor actually making Catterall miss and being actually quite effective with this pressure, really backing Catterall up to the ropes. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's effective pressure that Josh Taylor is putting on there. And it could bring him back into the fight. Really could. Now, he is like that, moving Jack Catterall. It's not really on, but the referee is allowing it. And Josh Taylor misses with a left hand, just Jack Catterall leaning down on the head. Don't be doing that, Josh Taylor. You're not allowed to do that. See, when there's a lull in the action there, Josh Taylor really needs to take advantage of that, and he needs to throw some punches. But he's not doing it. And he isn't looking the best, but it's enough at this point to get him back into the fight. Or at least it should be, because he is doing more with this aggression. It's been a nothing round this round. Really is, do what you like. That might win it for Jack Catterall, that little combination towards the back end of the round. Body shot by Jack Catterall. And again, combination. Swinging and a miss. He needs to be careful. Look at the facial expression. He is putting everything into those shots, but they're not landing. So he can't score those shots. But I will give that round to Jack Catterall, just based on that. It looks even. It looked a fairly even Steven round. I would have it 3 rounds to 1 in favour of Jack Catterall. Nice little combination to end that round. Yeah, he is looking flat-footed, which is... I don't normally see Jack Catterall look that flat-footed, if I'm honest. So I'm wondering, is the fact that he is missing with a lot of these shots. He's putting a lot of weight into these shots. And yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. That's a swing round. I just gave it to Jack Catterall just based on more aggression towards the end of the round. But if you give it to Taylor, I'm not really going to say to or from, to be honest with you. It's, yeah, you could say either or, to be honest with you. 2-2. So we have a draw after 4. Round number 5 is underway. It's been an interesting watch so far. Nice uppercut from Taylor to start the round. Look at that, popping the jab by Jack Catterall. Popping a jab in Josh Taylor's face, tripling up the jab. More jabs go in. Yes, there you go, Jack Catterall. Work the jab. If you pop a good jab on Josh Taylor like he's doing there, there's not much you could do. Josh Taylor's glove touched the ground there, actually. He actually put his hand on the ground like that to touch it. The referee didn't pick up on that. Needs to be lucky with some of that. This is what Jack Catterall needs to do. But at the same time, it's not really his MO or style. Yeah, 3-1 to Catterall, I can see that as well. It's not really his style to fight at this kind of pace. He's normally much slower paced than this. So again, how will his gas tank, because he already looks tired in there. And although Josh Taylor is not looking perfect, far from it, he is making Jack Catterall work when he doesn't want to. And it's all well and good. Look, you can look well and good for a couple of rounds. We saw that last week with Fury versus Usyk. But down the stretch, it's where it's most important. But this is really good stuff from Jack Catterall in this round again. Lovely jab. He's just using that jab, popping that jab in Josh Taylor's face. Look at those big shots go in from Jack Catterall. And again, Josh Taylor, all he can do, the Josh Taylor of old would have his head moving the whole time. All he's doing now is just on the gloves, and some of them are getting through. The Taylor of old used to be able to just bob and weave and move his way in. It's not the Taylor of old. It's completely shot. Listen, this is what happens when you don't live the athlete's life 24/7. It's not that Taylor's had really tough fights. He's had some hard fights, but not, crazy. But if you don't lead that clean, boom lifestyle all the way, this is what happens. He's 33 and he's looking shot. He's looking shot to bits in there. I would not say shot to bits, but he's not looking that shot, but he is looking like an aged fighter. He's forcing the work where before it used to just flow. The Josh Taylor who fought Ramirez 3 years ago, far cry from that Josh Taylor. Far cry from that Josh Taylor. He is looking tired as well as Taylor, and there's nothing really coming from. Like, this has been a complete Jack Catterall round. He has just been popping that jab non-stop. Josh Taylor has had no answer, and again, big jab goes in from Jack Catterall. It's effective. That's all he needs to be. Even though he's not landing some of those jabs, he is just doing the better work. He's popping that right jab in Josh Taylor's face. Josh Taylor has no answer for it. All he can do is block. He's not punching with him. Soon as he gets anywhere near him, jab, right hand goes in. Look at that ball. Big body attack from Jack. He hurt Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's hurt. Josh Taylor was hurt there. He needs to do that again. The round ends. He needs to do that again. He needs to do that again. He had Josh Taylor hurt there. Great end of the round by Jack Catterall. Really good stuff. Really good stuff from Jack Catterall there. Very impressive stuff. Hurt Josh Taylor to the head. Went down to the body. Remember, if Josh Taylor, as I believe, is very much weight drained, the body is going to be crucial. And I think if Jack Catterall can put a sustained attack like that on Josh Taylor again, he may be able to stop him. 520 in the building if you haven't already. Hit the old like button, please hit subscribe. We're only 4 subs off 19k. Just thought I'd chuck that in there. 4 subscribers off 19k. I'd really appreciate it if you could hit subscribe, if you could. We're 4 subs off 19k, so I'd really appreciate it if you could. I'd like to see that 19 pop up on screen. So if you haven't already, if you like the commentary, please hit subscribe. Yeah, Catterall in complete control. Round number 6 is underway. Josh Taylor needs to do something because Jack Catterall looks to be in complete control in there. Hurt Josh Taylor in the last round. Josh Taylor barely doing anything. The jabs are missing from Josh Taylor. Nothing happening. Literally nothing happening. Misses with an uppercut. Jack Catterall just seems in control in there. He just seems in absolute complete control. Seems to be enjoying himself a little bit in there. Josh Taylor, everything is falling short. There's really not walks into a left hand there. This is not the Josh Taylor of old, unfortunately, because I enjoyed watching Josh Taylor so much back then. But now, it just looks like he's just got nothing left in the tank. And then Jack Catterall is just moving around the ring. I think he's going to take... It looks to me as though he's taking this round off. Maybe after that barrage he put in at the end of the fight, at the end of the round. But Josh Taylor is throwing a few shots back in this round. So it may be a round that Josh Taylor, just purely because Jack Catterall seems to have his work rate down, may actually be able to take. But look at how wild that left hand was, or right hand was by Josh Taylor, all over the place. And Jack Catterall just looks happy, in control, happy to move back. Even though he's not really doing much in this round, he's not taking any real big shots from Josh Taylor. There's nothing that real Josh Taylor is doing that Jack Catterall's going to have to worry about. Be wary of the headbutts because the heads are coming very close together at times. I think Josh Taylor's complaining about that, but that's all it is. Really poor stuff from Taylor in this fight. And that's why so many people were picking Jack Catterall. So many felt Jack Catterall would have to beat the Josh Taylor in this fight. Not just because he's a very good fighter, because he is, but Josh Taylor should not be fighting at 140. And to be honest with you, I don't even think at 147 he's even got a prayer at this point. He needs to probably have a look and just think, do I really want to do this anymore? You have a 6-zip Taylor. I certainly don't. And some more good work goes in from Jack Catterall again. Even though Taylor has been more in it this round, all Jack Catterall has to do is something like that there towards the back end of the round. Body shots go in again from Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor feeling them, looking very stiff in there. Legs look almost like stones. And not able to remote. Look how wild some of those right hands have gone. All over the place. And Jack Catterall, all he needs to do is just stay out of dodge, which he's doing there. And the round will come to an end. Josh Taylor misses again with a big right hook, and nothing coming back from Josh Taylor. Absolutely, I don't know. That's not the Josh Taylor who I remember watching all those years ago. He definitely doesn't look the same. Look at that. Look at that. 19,000 subs. Boom. Appreciate everyone who's hit subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 19,009 subs. By the way, just thought I'd point that out there. Big up to everyone. Thank you for hitting the like and subscribe. Appreciate that. I wouldn't be shocked if the towel does come in. I can't see this fight going the distance. 19k subs. We did it, lads. We're right there. We're right there. We're into hundreds now until we're at 20k. Taylor versus Catterall. We are getting ready for round number 7, halfway point. I've given Josh Taylor 1 round, which is round number 3. And it's not going to get any, oh, nice right hand or left hand from Jack Catterall. Starting this round quick and fast. Looking to land on Josh Taylor. He's got a guy in there who really has not much to offer. So he needs to push the action as best he can. Look at these shots that Josh Taylor, see, here's the thing. Josh Taylor, look at how forced these shots are. Joe McNally, he's not a bad trainer, but yeah, I would be going with, he should never have left Ben Davison. Never. Look how forced the punches are. Josh Taylor has the look of an old man in there. He really does. He has the look of an old fighter in there. He has the look of a fighter who's just, he's been in too many wars, not literally. I think it's just more so the life he's led outside the ring. And it's caught up with him. He's not got the same movement. He's not got the same everything. And Jack Catterall is just happy. He's going through the motions. It's easy almost for him in there. It's a better fight than the first fight, but this looks almost easier for Jack Catterall than the first fight. And you can't give these rounds any other way. There ain't no robbery going to happen this time around. Ain't no robbery going to happen. It's never going to happen this time. It's been too clear for Jack Catterall. You could make the case that some of the rounds were swing rounds in the first fight, maybe, but it was still Jack Catterall. These rounds are way too clear to be going anywhere other. Yeah, Prograis and Ramirez probably thinking that's not the Taylor we fought. And in all fairness, it doesn't appear to be. I mean, that Josh Taylor was something else. This version of Josh Taylor, I'm ashamed to say it, it's sad to say it, but it just looks like a shot fighter in there. He looks like, it looks like you're just waiting for Jack Catterall to put him out of his misery. A minute to go here in round number 7, and it just looks like you're just waiting, and you're like, right, Catterall, put him out of his misery. Go, oh, but a big left hand goes in by Josh Taylor. Best shot he's thrown so far in the fight. Doesn't seem to have any desired effect on Jack Catterall. Took it well. And Jack Catterall comes firing back. Almost as if he's got a heavy bag in there. The left side of Josh Taylor's face is starting to get very red now. Starting to redden up big time. And Catterall just happy, move, little shoulder roll. Body shot lands, blocked on the glove, or blocked on the arm. And Taylor is just looking like, what do I got to do in here? Either drink or they came off the gear. I think it's just Josh Taylor. If you see him on social media, he likes just drinking beer with his wife and going out with his friends. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, you can only do that so long. You can do that as much as you want when you finish your career. But during your career, best to just leave it. Oh, look at that work to the body. Brilliant from Catterall. Great work in there. I'm really liking what I'm saying. This is the best I've seen Catterall for a long time. It's really, it genuinely is really good stuff that we're seeing in here. I'm really liking it. Because I think last time around with Jorge Linares, He really didn't do himself any favours in that fight with Jack Catterall. Although he won it clearly, he was in there with an agent fighter, a fighter who retired next fight, and he really stunk the joint out. But this fight right here, he's not stinking any joint out. He's doing great. He's boxing well. He's hitting Taylor almost at will. I mean, Taylor's time and everything. He did land a good left hand, but it had no effect. Had no effect. Good round from Taylor until he started getting caught near the back end of the round. And I wouldn't be giving that round to Josh Taylor. I'm giving that round to Jack Catterall. But again, it was a good left hand. But Catterall just looked as if to say, is that it? Yeah, I think he does. He just seems to be a guy who likes beer. Nothing wrong with that. But as I said, how often are you drinking? And are you doing it all the time? And if you're doing it all the time, it's kind of, you can't just, stop and then think, all right, I'll do a camp and it'll all be okay. It ain't going to work like that. Round number 8, we're 2 minutes and 35 seconds into round number 8. Honestly, this fight has been, as far as I'm concerned, this has been all Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor's had a few moments of success, but look at the body attacks. That's what Jack Catterall needs to do. Stick with the body. Josh Taylor's strength, is mid to close range. There's no reason Jack Catterall can't actually have some success mid to, oh, look at that. It was a lovely combination by Catterall. Walked into a shot there from Josh Taylor, but here they go, exchanging in the middle of the ring again. Josh Taylor needs to just keep doing this. He needs to try and exchange with him. Maybe the best defense is having more offense, because trying to box with this guy is not working. He needs to just take a step in and get going. Josh Taylor is a former undisputed champion. He's not a bad fighter. He knows what he can do. He knows how good he can be. He needs to show it. Versatility is really important in a fight like this. Josh Taylor just doesn't seem to have it. Forcing those shots again. Look at that. That left hook missed wildly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable to see a fighter so good forcing all these shots like this. He is forcing this big time. Takes another left hand from Jack Catterall there. 1 minute and 20 to go here in round number 8. And these rounds are just flying in. And again, more good work. Although a bit better from Josh Taylor here. The body shot goes in, but he gets countered in the end by Jack Catterall. Nice right hook. The right hook is there for Josh Taylor. It's actually, if you see the way Catterall is standing, he's standing a little bit too side on for my liking. The right hook is there. Lead with that right hook. A little drop at the shoulder, make him think, and then boom with the right hook. You might have some success with that, Josh Taylor. Oh, but look at that lovely combination by both guys. Both guys actually take a few shots, but again, jab to the body by Jack Catterall. Center of the ring, Josh Taylor lands another shot on Jack Catterall. That was a good little shot by Jack Catterall. Right hook is defo there. It's 100% there. Look at the way he's standing. Leads with a left hand. Body shot by Josh Taylor. Better round this from Josh Taylor, actually, to be fair. Better round. Warming into this a little bit more now. Following Jack Catterall around the ring a little bit there, but he's definitely landed more in round 8 than he did in other rounds. Oh, but he takes a few shots there from Jack Catterall. Blocks them though. Jab from Catterall. Jab again. Double jab by Josh Taylor. Still has a bit of hand speed there, Josh Taylor. Use it. Oh, nice little uppercut from Josh Taylor. Great work up close by both guys. And a body shot as well. Oh man, this has been really good. Just got a message there from someone where I was like, oh, who's texting me? Look at that. That was a good round by Taylor. Bookies have it 50-50. Really? Bookies have it 50-50? No. And obviously that's live right now with the bookies. Excuse me. And lads, I'm going to ask you one last time, if you don't mind. If you haven't already, do please hit the old sub button. Hit the old sub button if you haven't already. Just in case you haven't. I would greatly appreciate that. Nah, I'd greatly appreciate that. If you could, I would greatly appreciate that. I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Want to get to 20k as quick as I can, lads. Boom, 600 in the building. Doing well tonight, lads. Doing well tonight. Catterall's feet are slowing. He is fighting at a very, very high pace by his standards. Some people in the chat genuinely have it 4-all. Wow. Oh, nice little short hook by Taylor actually landed there to start round 9. This is warming up nicely, and look at that. Taylor actually, I told you, the right hook is there. Use it. but he gets caught with a couple of jabs on the way out. But the right hook is there for Josh Taylor. He needs to throw that. I told you get 19k tonight. I thought 20 plus, I thought 26 was too much to ask because I didn't think as many would be locking into this. But I'm happy to be proven wrong in that regard, mate. I really am. Thank you. Oh, nice work from Jack Catterall. He hurt Josh Taylor there. Man, Josh Taylor felt those shots. Josh Taylor definitely felt those shots. Let's see what Jack Catterall does with that. Holding the arm, not allowed to do that, but AO referee is letting it go. Oh, look at that. Body shot goes in there from Josh Taylor. Making Jack Catterall work here now for any opening. Can someone tell me who's watching I'm a Celeb? Not me. The hell with that. Or Love Island or crap like that. Gee, both guys missed wildly there with shots. Minute and 40 to go here in round number 9. Josh Taylor back on the jab, looking to get in. As I said, the right hook is there for Josh Taylor. He should you can hook off the jab. So what I would be saying to Josh Taylor, I was in the just that little right jab. Obviously, I'm standing in the left stance. Just boom, boom. Canelo Alvarez is very good at hooking off the jab. Canelo Alvarez is very good at actually feinting a hook to the body and coming up top with it. That's something that we should definitely be looking at. We should definitely be looking at that as well. It's because Catterall is standing so side on at times in there that the shot is there for Josh Taylor. And he's actually being a bit more aggressive now as the rounds progress. And look at that. Oh, a lovely combination by both guys. Jack Catterall lands and he gets the better of it. Seems like whenever both guys exchange, it is Catterall who seems to be getting the better of the exchanges. Or at least it looks that way. 50 seconds to go in round number 9. We're coming into the championship rounds now, lads. And at one point in this fight, I was looking at it thinking, the heads came close there. Oh, that could have been nasty if the heads came in there because they came very close. At one point, I was thinking, Catterall's going to stop this guy. But it's likely this is going to be a distance fight. But Josh Taylor. I thought that Josh Taylor hit him with a right hook there. Catterall backed up. Taylor needs to step on the gas. He needs to push. Jack Catterall holding. 14 seconds to go. I think Jack Catterall was hurt worse than people were letting on because when that hook landed, Catterall just kind of, man. Oh, look at that. Combinations by Jack Catterall. Both guys swinging to the final bell. Interesting. Josh Taylor landed a right hook there towards the back end of that round. Little right hook just grazed, and Jack Catterall kind of backed up a little bit. When he backed up, he held. I think he was stunned a little bit by that hook. I really do. I think he was actually stunned a little bit. Jamie Moore I've never really rated Jamie Moore as a trainer, to be honest with you. Let's have a look-see. Big shots go in. A big left hand by Catterall lands on Taylor. There's no head movement from Josh Taylor. His defense is shocking. You'd never think this was the same guy who this time 3 years ago beat well Jose Ramirez in Las Vegas. It's crazy to think. It genuinely is. It's genuinely crazy to think that that's the same guy. But it is. Round number 10, 9 minutes left. Referee giving both guys a warning. I think he's talking about just the pull downs, both guys being a bit aggressive. Taylor looks out on his feet and a shot's not even landed. He literally just staggered back. And that was just from the referee giving them instructions. He didn't even take a shot. His legs look completely gonzo. And that's not him I don't think he has the energy in his legs anymore. I think that Josh Taylor may need to just have a look and say, I don't got it. Because I don't think he does at this point in his career. He doesn't appear to, at least in my opinion. And maybe he is regretting not moving up to 140 when he had, or 147 when he had the chance. Because right now, it is all Jack Catterall in there. Boxing brilliantly well. And well on his way to a rightful win this time. There's no way they're going to score this fight any other way other than in favor of Jack Catterall. There's no way. And I think given the fact that Catterall has a big promoter in Eddie Hearn behind him this time, it's likely that he's going to win this fight. He is winning this fight, 1:50 to go here in round number 10. And yeah, Taylor has been on the decline for a few years now. We've seen that. I think it's largely exacerbated, I should say, the decline. The fact that he's just seemingly not wanted to move up in weight. And he should have moved up in weight. He should have done it a long time ago. Hence the reason why we're in this situation now, where he's just seemingly got nothing left in the tank. If you're already losing a bit of skill, because it will go with age, you chuck in the fact that Josh Taylor is fighting at a weight that he really shouldn't be at. He's probably having to do God knows what to make this weight. He's got nothing left on fight night. And you're seeing that right now in the ring there. He doesn't seem to have anything whatsoever left in there. Not to make an excuse at all, because, you know, Jack Catterall is doing a brilliant job in there. He really is. A minute to go here in round number 10. I think he's managed this fight very well. He's really put Josh Taylor in his box seat at times in this fight. He's taken whatever shots that have been given. He's landed his own. He's done very well. It's a very good performance, very mature performance from Jack Catterall. And I think the big thing was handle that emotion. Because he doesn't like Josh Taylor. He needs to handle that emotion whenever he gets a chance. Instead of going hell for leather and just the red mist descending. He's been very good at keeping composed. This is a better round, though. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Josh Taylor in the back end of this round. He's been actually probably winning the large part of this round, because he seems to be landing a little bit more on Catterall. Good bit of pressure there. Body shots go in from Josh Taylor again. 18 seconds to go here in round number 10. We're getting into the championship rounds. Bob Arum is sitting ringside, the promoter of Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is a top-ranked fighter, must we forget. Oh, some good combinations there by Josh Taylor. Actually backs Jack Catterall up a little bit. Where's this from Josh Taylor? We haven't seen much of this fight. But finally starting to actually get, like he did in the first fight, step on the gas as the fight progresses. There we go by Josh Taylor. Round number 10 comes to an end. That's a Taylor round. Now, it's not inconceivable Taylor could have won 3 or 4 rounds in this fight. So if he wins round 11 and round 12, we could be in. This fight could end up being closer than we think. Even though Josh Taylor is looking to beat man in there. Yeah, Taylor had that. I thought let's have a look-see. So, Josh Taylor has landed 136 out of 415. Catterall has landed 142 out of 444. Josh Taylor has a slightly higher connect percentage. Those punch stats genuinely do indicate a close fight. They genuinely do. Of course, it's not scoring on punches landed or punch stats, but they're a good guide, and that does indicate a reasonably close fight. I'm not going to lie, it does. So, it's going to be interesting to see these last couple of rounds, how we have it, as round number 11 gets underway. Let's have a look-see and see how this is going to go, man. This fight is taking a nice shape. I'm liking what I'm seeing from both guys in here. I really am. It's been much better than the first fight, and these rounds have just flown in. And Josh Taylor really came into his own at the back end of that last round. I'm wondering, is Jack Catterall getting a bit fatigued in there? Josh Taylor certainly is as well, but maybe he's doing a better job at just getting around it. Good body shot goes in there from Josh Taylor again. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in round number 11. Right hook. With the right hook is there for Josh Taylor. With the way Jack Catterall is standing, like you see there, good uppercut from Taylor. Some good work coming in from Josh Taylor. See, the shoulder roll that he's trying to do, the shoulder roll is such a difficult thing to do, and Jack Catterall hasn't mastered. The way he's standing, he's so open to a right hook that if Josh Taylor, if he even sees him remotely get into that shoulder roll, it should be, boom, instant right hook. Because it's going to land each time you throw it. Each time you throw that, it's going to land. Because of the way Jack Catterall is positioning himself there. And look at Josh Taylor go. Where is this? Where has all this been? Body shot from Josh Taylor. Jack Catterall trying to keep him off with a jab, not able to. Both guys in a clinch, 1 minute and 40 to go here in the 10th round. Referee having a word about the heads. Heads coming a bit close together again. But Josh Taylor, again, looking to lead in. Looking to lead in with punches. Actually, Jack Catterall voluntarily goes to the ropes this time. Does not want to find himself there, because he is going to give Josh Taylor plenty of chances. Referee having another warning with the fighters again. And he didn't call time, so the clock is coming down. Who is that going to benefit? Made a mistake there, referee. You should have called time in. Oh, big left hand from Jack Catterall. Caught Josh Taylor coming in. Oh, he's hurt. He hurt Josh Taylor with that. He caught, and Josh Taylor, both guys go down. Both guys go down. That was a big, big shot from Jack Catterall. That hurt Josh Taylor. He caught him coming in. Jack Catterall needs to jump on Josh Taylor right now because Josh Taylor is hurt. That wasn't, he dragged Jack Catterall down with him, but he was hurt. Josh Taylor took a step, got greedy, took a step in, and he walked into a big left hand. He's walking in and punching into it. So as you do that, it's amplifying the power. So Josh Taylor, and again, walks into another left hand. Eddie Hearn up on ringside cheering. Good comeback from Jack Catterall in this round, finding Josh Taylor with that left hand. That was a big left hand that Josh Taylor took. Took it well, but Jack Catterall definitely hurt him. But Josh Taylor's had his success in this round as well. He's been the busier of the two. But that big left hand that Jack Catterall landed, that's really brought him back into this round. Jack Catterall feeling it now, moving around the ring. Josh Taylor chasing him, looking to get in. Not really coming up to anything. Not even in punching range now. Looking to have a nice end to this round as Josh Taylor lands a body shot on Jack Catterall, partially blocked those shots from Jack Catterall. As round number 11 comes to an end. One more round, lads. One more round. I want to see a replay of this punch. I really want to see a replay of this punch. Let's have a look-see. Taylor comes in. Oh, that couldn't have landed any better. Credit to Josh Taylor. He took that well. He really took that well. I mean, a lot of fighters would have went down from that shot. What a left hand. And that was actually Jack Catterall who dragged Josh Taylor down. Look at that. Boom. What a left hand. Definitely hurt Josh Taylor. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see these scorecards. We're getting ready for the final round. I could see a 115 or a 116 scorecard, yeah. In favour of Catterall now, of course. 660 of you in the building. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit subscribe as well, people. If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much for locking in. Round number 12, let's go. Right. Grandstand finish for both guys. This has been a brilliant fight. I have thoroughly enjoyed this fight. It's been brilliant. From start to finish, the rounds have flown in. 2 weekends in a row, we've had two cracking main events. Hopefully we'll have that next week and the week after. Lead right hook goes in there from Josh Taylor. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. This what could be the final round of Josh Taylor's illustrious career. Any man who becomes a 140-pound undisputed champion is not a bad fighter. They're a very good fighter, and he hasn't done this. Commentary team said Taylor might be ahead. Is that the zone commentary team saying that? Because I've heard it all now if they would say that. But Josh Taylor doing good work in this last round. And again, Jack Catterall in round number 11, although he hurt Josh Taylor with that left hand, that was really it. The rest of that round, you could say, was pretty much Josh Taylor. Really? The zone are saying that? I would have thought they would have been bigging up Jack Catterall. 1 minute and 50 to go here in the 12th round. Josh Taylor, definitely the busier of the two in this round, but he's following Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall looking to clinch. This is really interesting. Urging their fighters, the corner men are at ringside. Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum sit watching on. Nice uppercut from Joe. I think he buzzed Jack Catterall a little bit there with that uppercut. Josh Taylor needs to step on the gas, but he's worried about coming in. He got countered last time in the last round. Jack Catterall letting the shots go. Head, body. Sam Jones jumping up at ringside. If you want to win this fight, Jack Catterall, you got to put your foot in the gas. You got to try and take the bull by the horn. But Josh Taylor not letting him. Comes in with some body shots. Looking to just meet Jack Catterall. Looking to back up again the ropes. Does so. Some good work again here from Josh Taylor. 1 minute to go in the 12th round. It all could ride on this. Because I think Jack Catterall is winning this fight. But some people have Josh Taylor, I don't want to say ahead, but they're giving him rounds. There have been some swing rounds in this fight. So it's going to be real interesting to see what way the judges have it. Jack Catterall slowing down a little bit and Josh Taylor coming on strong again in this round. And again, you can't really give a round to a guy who's had maybe a brief little combination and a few shots have landed. If the other guy is doing more of the work and landing more shots and good work in here again from Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor with 30 seconds to go needs a grandstand finish. Double jab by Josh Taylor. Walks into a right hand though from Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor. Body shot goes in again from Josh Taylor. Combination blocked. Both guys having a clinch. 15 seconds in the round. Who is going to stamp their authority on this last round? Big shots go in from Josh Taylor. Jack Catterall retaliates. Right hook goes in from Josh Taylor. Body shots from both guys. Josh Taylor lands a right hook to Jack Catterall's chin. Jack Catterall with the uppercut. Both guys are going to fight to the bell. Both guys raise their hand aloft. This is going to be interesting. Josh Taylor is hoisted by his corner man. Surely Jack Catterall has got this fight. Surely. Josh Taylor thinks he's done enough to win. I don't think he has. I think that Jack Catterall has won this fight. I think that Josh Taylor, he is going to need to consider his options come the end of this fight. I think Jack Catterall did enough to win. I do. 7-5 Jack Catterall. Yeah, it's about right. 7-5 Jack Catterall. Is there an embrace by both guys? Will they acknowledge one another? The corners certainly are. Will they kind of push any beef behind them? Joe McNally and Jack Catterall embracing. Both guys. There's the respect. There is the respect by both guys. They might not like one another, but there's obviously a respect there. If you share 24 rounds with someone, you're going to have some respect. It's going to be interesting to see how this was a really good fight. I enjoyed this fight. I enjoyed this fight. I really did. 700 of you people in the building, by the way. If you haven't already, I'm going to ask you one last time. Hit subscribe, hit like, all that good stuff. We've just passed 19k tonight, so I'm pretty chuffed with that, lads. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Having 700 in the building has been it's been nice. It's been nice. So if you could hit subscribe, help your boy out. I want to get to 20k like that, I'm just saying. But yeah, this was a really entertaining fight, and obviously I will put the sound on when they announce the scores, because I really want to know who won as much as you guys do. Let's have a listen. They're talking about a trilogy here. David Diamante, to me, looks like he's ready to announce the winner. Let's have a listen. $5v5 trailer coming up there. We love the 5v5. David Diamante has the scorecards in his hand. We're just waiting to hear it. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here in Leeds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Kieran McCann and Mark Bates both scored it out 117-111.
Too wide. But it's a Jack Catterall win. Too wide.
116-113.
Too wide. But yes, the right guy. Too wide, 117-111. But the right guy won. Definitely. Way too wide for my liking, though. Way too wide for my liking. But the right guy did get the decision. He rights the wrong. Jack's back-to-back losses for Josh Taylor. But yes, definitely the right man got the nod. 110%. Jack Catterall, the right man, got the decision. Both guys show respect at the end. Both guys show respect at the end. Lads, I will leave it there. It's been a great, I know, no title won. But I think for Jack Catterall, that'll mean a lot to him. But Jack Catterall has the win. Lads, I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll get the post-fight out as soon as we finish up here. And yeah, next live watch along this day next week. For now, lads and lassies, I'll leave it there. Thanks to everyone who's been in. 700 of you in the building. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit subscribe. Thank you to everyone who gave a super chat, by the way. I much appreciate that. Lads, until next week, I will talk to you. Well, actually, I'll talk to you in about 5-10 minutes because I got the video out. But for stream-wise, we will chat next week. Have a great one. Peace.